in the International Club, our vision is to foster a peaceful world where we are all connected, appreciated, and valued. We are committed to the goal of opening minds worldwide. We subscribe to the following values: integrity. Our actions are based upon honesty and trust. Global awareness. As we work to achieve diversity within our program, this helps us by providing a deeper understanding for us of our world and its people. Collaboration. We are able to tap into our collective wisdom by working together. The following core values guide all that we do. Professionalism. We act and communicate with each other in a respectful, courteous manner. Excellence. We are passionate and committed to serve and accomplish those goals and visions that drive us. Service. We care deeply about our students and colleagues. We provide support and assistance to each other as needed. Okay, here's some information about us. Walden presently has students from 150 different countries around the world. The International Club was created to provide support and assistance to any student that wishes to join. We have both international students from different countries and also U.S. students as members. Again, all students are welcome. Here in the International Club, students are able to meet classmates that share the same visions and goals. Next slide, please. Within the Walden International Club, students are able to get involved in campus activities beyond academics. Within the Walden International Club, students are able to enjoy the rich array of interest groups and diverse student populations. Within the Walden International Club, students are able to explore new passions. We help students to become a more well-rounded, attractive candidate for future employers. Next slide, please. I do want to share that there is a wonderful value attached to achieving a Walden University education. Critical thinking combined with a liberal education can and does give international students a competitive edge in the global job market. Next slide, please. Sharing more information, the International Club accepts students from all departments and programs. All students are welcome to join this club, and we presently have a membership of 275 students. The International Club houses several what I call mini clubs within it, such as a travel club, book club, an APA writing tips group, and several other clubs. Next slide, please. The International Club is holistically designed to create an integrated student experience for a diverse audience. And it is a collaborative model. Our club promotes collaborative student experience. We have fun. Our club is designed to create an inspiring and transforming student experience. The International Club encourages students to foster positive social change, and to push the boundaries of access to higher learning. Here in the International Club, we work to expose students to diverse ideas, opinions, perspectives, and experience. Next slide, please. Now here are some comments about the International Club from student members. All right. How can the International Club help you with society? And these are the reasons. It helps you transition to American-based online higher education norms. And this is the part I like. You find comfort, acceptance, and support. And it's really nice to have that home base to go to. You escape isolation. You're not alone. And whenever you don't know something, you really have somewhere to go and ask. Many times we can tell you where to go to get that information. Next slide, please.
Judy, this is Ernie. Can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go back one slide.
I appreciate you jumping in, and I started to indicate that my thanks to you, and on behalf of all of the 275 members that we have. The formation of this club really is something that reflects very well on Walden, but also the faculty members. But you are the spirit that guides us. I want to thank you. And
thank
so
you.
I'd like to talk about the my title here is How Can the Club Help You to Help Society? So it's very important if you are a student at Walden to understand what our mission is as a university, and that is to encourage positive social change. And so along the way, we believe the club can help you. And my first bullet talks about American-based online education norms. They may sound different than norms for higher education in other parts of the world. And so as we go through the process and you go through your courses as a student, I would encourage you to have a dialogue with your instructors about the American higher education program, how it works, how it differs. I think that might help you find a good level of comfort, acceptance, and also support. The isolation piece is, I think, very, very significant. And as I'm reading some of the comments by the students on our page, you need to know that you are not alone, that we are here to help you, and that the students are a very nice support group. And then when we join the students as faculty members, I think that makes us even more powerful. Some examples of things that could create issues that can simply be cleared up with questions or due dates, university policies. One of the eye-opening experiences for me, and one of the reasons that I helped and I was interested in joining the club and help form it, is I spend 2 months of my year in Europe, and we go to Greece every year. And I can tell you that little things, when you are in a country that is several thousand miles away, can make a big difference. And that includes due dates, internet reliability. So these are all items that I would encourage you to speak to your faculty and student colleagues about. American educational acronyms. This seems to be a very unique American tradition, but we have more acronyms in this field, particularly in the field of education, but I think that's also true in the field of business, that an American educator or an American student might take for granted, but actually could cause significant confusion for somebody who is not familiar with the fact that in American schools we like to have acronyms for everything. So if we were in a course about special education and we were using ABA, for most American educators, that means something automatically. In the field of business, there are additional acronyms. We can help you learn what those acronyms are, and if you're not sure, I would encourage you just to speak up. Developing a positive relationship with your instructors is very important. Feel free to reach out to us. I mean, that's what I do. Do's and don'ts. One of the most important observations that I have is that some of my students, whether they are international or located in the United States, do not thoroughly read directions. So I would say to anyone, slow down, read directions. Remember that at Walden, everything that we grade on our end as instructors is based on a rubric. Stick to deadlines. I think it's very important to develop a calendar for yourself. And when it comes to time zones and technology issues, don't be afraid to reach out. I recall when I was in Greece in the summer, when my internet went down, it might take 2 or 3 weeks to get it back up because my house is located on an island. And so I had to make accommodations, and the very, very difficult thing I had to do was to go to the nearest taverna where there was certainly internet services. But communicate, reach out to us. I think you'll find that the instructors and your fellow students are very reasonable and are here to help. So the club certainly is a way to embrace diversity on a global scale. I really enjoy that. I enjoy having students from all over the world. It has added to my perspective as an educator with a lot of experience. It is something that I really had not experienced previously, but Walden has opened up the world to me, and this has enriched my life. And all of you can help by contributing skills. Certainly your instructors can do that, but you have many, many more talents out there than probably you're giving yourself credit for. And so if you have suggestions, make them. We're all here to listen. And then I'll also give you a little bit of time to read this, but I think that what you will find about Walden is that our instructors are teachers at heart. And we listen, we're patient, we are helpers, and we focus on the individual, and that's one of the strengths of the program. And I have taught on a number of levels on different venues, including traditional universities. I prefer the online environment. I think it's exciting. I think the communication is more focused. And I think that it opens up access to experts and colleagues around the clock.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Poe. This next section is about being personally connected in online learning and how it can be helpful to students as well as the instructors. As you know, Walden University has many students from all over the world, as we have said, and they're very diverse. We're talking everything from being in very different generations, ethnic backgrounds, and we've all had different experiences and interests and goals. Now, why is being connected important? I've done some research on about how connecting with your students impacts their learning, but how does connecting in an online classroom or in our international club important? As teachers, we see patterns emerge, and I'm always looking for ways to make our class better. I created something called the buddy system for each class. I put in a fill-in-the-blank interview form in the class cafe for everyone to fill out when we first start the class. From there, each person has to read the interviews and see if there were others that they just felt connected with. It may be a geographic location, it may be an age group, or just social interests. They were to connect to at least one person and email me their name. They didn't have to, but almost everyone in the class wanted to participate. They could then respond in any way they wished. The purpose for me was to try and create a classroom culture that simulated a face-to-face class as much as possible, making our class really personable and supportive. I thought that was important because how does staying connected with students impact the learning and retention that we so highly value at Walden? You know, everyone needs to feel valued and a part of something that you really enjoy. Walden's International Club does all this and more. Everybody tries to help to continue to connect, care, and contribute to the well-being of the students and the instructors.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Kim Winkleman. And, I would like to tell you first up front here that Walden University, not only in this club, but in general, and my colleagues have pointed this out, we have a very good support system for our students. I've been around a lot of different universities, worked for different universities, but Walden's whole premise and base has been to develop a very strong, high-tech online university and yet facilitate so many of the things that you see in a brick-and-mortar school. And we do that very well. We have talked about, the Writing Center and different student support activities. They are there, as each of my colleagues have pointed out. But like everything, nothing's perfect in this world. And as a program director, I've seen, students struggle at times with especially their doctoral work, where this is a terminal degree, and it's tough, and it's demanding because it is a terminal degree, and it is reviewed by a whole committee and other university bodies, which get very involved in making sure that the doctoral process is being adhered to at a high standard for our accreditation and licensures and groups and everything else that Walden University is connected to. And I just want to highlight a few things here for you. That as you come into this type of program, especially at the doctoral level, your command of the English language really is a necessity. You need to ask yourself, do I need some tutoring? Do I need a refresher course, maybe on my English hearing, understanding, comprehension, etc., as well as my writing skills? We have the resources to help provide you support, as I said, within our writing centers, the APA format, and those type of things, which I'll talk about here in a few minutes. But it is important. We get into trouble with this once in a while because students, probably need to have somebody help edit maybe a paper or certain parts of their doctoral study or dissertation, whichever you are involved with a doctorate of or a PhD dissertation. So you've got both doctoral studies and dissertations that we conduct in this university for doctoral degrees. Another point is the APA format that some people have talked about, and understanding, your in-text citations. So these are things that you need to understand, and we understand that it is different in different cultures around the world, but in the United States, citations, in-text of the body work that you're doing is very important. Finally, we need to also consider something else that I understand, because cultural studies is a big area of my research itself. Again, in American institutions, we want you to criticize and conduct those critical analysis and ideas of what we call our seminal thinkers, because we want you to be able to think critically in the proper way, cite those examples, and go on and do your critical analysis of what research has been conducted in the past, and be able to move forward with maybe some new ideas that do what? Well, they contribute to the academy, as we say. How are you as a doctoral student going to be contributing to the greater studies of K-12 education, as an example, or higher education institutions, their curriculum, the way they're handling particular retention issues, etc. All of these types of things require your analysis, your ideas, because on that doctoral level, you are becoming a seminal thinker. You are becoming an expert within your areas. So keep these things in mind. Understand what my colleagues have told you, that the International Club is here to help you. We can guide you. We can give you some ideas of where to seek help. Your program directors of these programs that supervise our faculty and have direct contacts with our staff sections and other departments within the university can get you to the right place. So welcome to Walden University, and I hope this presentation has been helpful to all of you. Thank you.
And I'd like to thank our presenters and everyone else for joining us today.